Who is Adam Smith? His life and the background of The Wealth of Nations. You may have heard of Adam Smith. He is known as the father of economics, and authored a book called The Wealth of Nations in the 18th century. The original title is An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of the Wealth of Nations, which translates to a study on the nature and causes of the wealth of nations. This is a representative work of classical economics that systematically captures capitalist society for the first time. Smith was born in Scotland in 1723. His education was not particularly superior compared to the standard education of the time, but he pondered deeply and examined economic phenomena from his unique perspective. One of his greatest achievements was trying to analyze economic activities theoretically, like natural sciences. The Wealth of Nations was written over about 10 years and published in 1776. This book had a significant impact on the development of economics, influencing many economists such as David Ricardo and Karl Marx. Smith's thoughts continued to significantly influence modern economic policies and market operations. One of the most famous concepts of Smith is the invisible hand. This concept is that by individuals pursuing their own interests, the entire market adjusts, maximizing the overall benefit of society. This idea is fundamental to free market economics, and many economists and policymakers consider this principle in market operations. Understanding the life of Adam Smith and his work, The Wealth of Nations, is fundamental to learning economics. By knowing how he formed this thought, and the background in which he wrote The Wealth of Nations, you can understand his theories more deeply. Basic concepts of The Wealth of Nations: the invisible hand and free market. One of the most famous concepts that Adam Smith introduced in The Wealth of Nations is the invisible hand. This concept states that by individuals pursuing their own interests, the overall benefit of society is achieved as a result. Smith believed that when individuals act to satisfy their own desires, the market naturally adjusts, and resources are distributed most efficiently. For example, imagine someone is in the business of making bread. This person tries to sell as much bread as possible to support their family. Their effort to make better tasting bread is an action to pursue their own profit, but as a result, consumers also get better tasting bread. This is how the pursuit of individual interests leads to overall benefit, which is the idea of the invisible hand. Smith also argued that free competition in the market leads to an efficient economy. He thought that excessive government intervention in the market lowers efficiency. Market competition improves quality and maintains prices at a reasonable level. For example, if multiple bakeries compete, consumers can buy better quality bread at lower prices. However, Smith did not advocate for a completely free market. He believed that government roles are necessary for public services, such as education and justice. He also emphasized the need for regulations to prevent monopolies and fraudulent activities. Smith argued that the balance between market freedom and government intervention is important. Understanding the basic concepts of The Wealth of Nations, such as the invisible hand and the principles of the free market, is essential for understanding modern economics. Smith's ideas continued to significantly influence current economic policies and market operations, division of labor and improvement of productivity. One of the important themes in Adam Smith's The Wealth of Nations is the division of labor and the resulting improvement in productivity. Smith believed that division of labor dramatically enhances productivity. Division of labor means dividing tasks into smaller, specialized tasks. Smith explains the effect of division of labor, using the example of pen manufacturing. Making pens involves several processes, such as stretching the wire, cutting it, and attaching the head. If one person performs all these processes, they can only make 20 pens a day. However, by assigning each process to specialized workers, production can increase dramatically. Smith pointed out that this method could produce 48,000 pens a day. There are 3 reasons why division of labor enhances productivity. First, by focusing on specific tasks, each worker improves their skills and increases their proficiency. Second, it saves time switching between tasks. Workers do not need to move to different tasks, or take time to get accustomed to new tasks. Third, machines and tools suitable for divided tasks are developed, further improving efficiency. Smith believed that as division of labor progresses, the cost of production decreases, allowing consumers to obtain high-quality products at lower prices. This increases the overall wealth of society and improves living standards. However, Smith recognized that the effect of division of labor is limited in agriculture. Agriculture is greatly influenced by seasons and natural conditions, making efficient division of labor difficult compared to industry. Smith's insights into the division of labor and improvement of productivity are universal and apply to modern manufacturing and service industries. They are essential points for understanding the basic principles of economics. Natural price and market price. How the value of goods is determined. Another important theme in Adam Smith's The Wealth of Nations is how the value of goods is determined. Smith believed that the value of goods is determined by the natural price and the market price. The natural price is the sum of the rent, wages, and profits required to produce the goods, reflecting the true value of the goods. On the other hand, the market price is the price at which goods are actually traded in the market, determined by the balance of supply and demand. Market prices often fluctuate above and below the natural price. For example, if the supply of a certain product is less than the demand, the market price of that product will exceed the natural price. Consumers are willing to pay a higher price to get that product, causing the price to rise. Conversely, if the supply exceeds the demand, the market price will fall below the natural price. Prices drop to sell off surplus products. Smith stated that market prices tend to approach natural prices. If prices rise, supply increases. If prices fall, supply decreases, leading market prices to converge with natural prices in the long run. However, temporary demand fluctuations or government regulations can cause significant deviations of market prices from natural prices. Smith also mentioned the problem of monopolies. When competition in the market is restricted, suppliers can maintain high market prices. This is disadvantageous to consumers, and the suppression of free competition lowers market efficiency. Understanding how the value of goods is determined is essential for understanding economic activities. Smith's theory provides an important framework for understanding the movements of the modern market economy. By knowing the relationship between market price and natural price, you can understand why prices fluctuate and the mechanisms behind them. Conclusion: Adam Smith's The Wealth of Nations is an essential book for understanding the basics of economics. By learning about Smith's life and the background of his thoughts, you can understand why he is called the father of economics. Moreover, Smith's concepts such as the invisible hand, the principles of the free market, the improvement of productivity through division of labor, and the theory of how the value of goods is determined, occupy an important position in modern economics. Smith's ideas are based on the premise that individuals pursuing their own interests result in the overall benefit of society, which forms the basis of the free market economy. Additionally, the idea that division of labor improves productivity and increases the overall wealth of society is very important. Furthermore, the theory that the value of goods is determined by natural price and market price forms the basis for understanding the movements of the modern market economy. Understanding Adam Smith's The Wealth of Nations is an important step in learning economics. By studying his theories, you can understand modern economic policies and market movements more deeply. Please take this opportunity to pick up The Wealth of Nations.